Hey guys, happy Sunday. Always a pleasure to be here with you. If we haven't met before, my name is Kaylin, and every Sunday I host this live meditation class for people to gather and do some spiritual work. So it's a pleasure to get to be with you. Every week I try to choose a theme of something that I think will be really interesting for us to dive into, something usually that I'm working on or I've been talking about with some of my one-on-one clients. And today, shortly before meditation class, I was having a feeling that I haven't felt in a long time. It's something that came up for me a lot when I was younger, and I'll talk a little bit more about it. But it was an uncomfortable feeling. It was a feeling of uh, inadequacy, kind of inadequacy. And so, how do we deal it with those uncomfortable feelings when they arise? Whatever flavor you happen to connect with most: anger, fear, jealousy, rage, sorrow, longing, etc., etc. Today, we're going to go through some tools, tips, tricks that you can do to move past that and to find a greater sense of peace, well being, and joy, regardless of what is going on internally inside of you. So please get comfortable. I am sitting on the ground. You do not have to. You can sit in a chair. You can lay down. You can do a handstand for all that you would like to feel comfortable. It's all welcome. Hello to you all on live chat. Nelson, Aaron, Brian, David, Carmi. Hello all. Hello. Welcome. So nice to have you all here. So let's just start by taking a couple deep breaths. I like to start by just placing my hands on my chest or on my belly to make sure that I'm feeling connected with myself. So if you are feeling so inclined, please join me. Hey, Matt. Nice to see you, brother. And P, welcome. We'll just take a couple deep sighs. Oh, letting everything go. Hey, Oliver, welcome. Oh. Hey, Stabilizing Life. Kenyatta, welcome. Nice to have you all here. Oh. Sighing out on your exhale, feeling yourself relax, release a little bit. Oh. Thanks, Rook. All right, so just settling in. If you need to wiggle, if you need to roll your shoulders, if you need to move in any way, feel free. Hey, Rob, nice to see you, brother. Allow everything to soften. Allow your face to soften, your shoulders, your head and neck, your jaw. Let yourself just relax a little bit. It should feel nice to breathe. It should feel delicious, juicy, sensual, embodied. Like breathing should be a pleasurable experience. Hello to all those people saying hi: Agatha, Javier, Kindia, Antonio, Nord, Carmi, Rook. Allow your breath to feel delicious in your body. Now I want you to just take a moment and I want you to do a little buzzing, a little try to feel some reverberation in your face. This is part of a pranayama practice, part of a breathing practice to help you connect more fully inside. So try to make some noise with this or boom sound. Can you feel it tingling through your skull? The vibrations we produce with our voice, with our breath, can break up blocks, break up tension. Good. Nicely done, everyone. So what do we do when we have an uncomfortable feeling come up? So for myself, why this was coming up for me is I've just started exploring singing again, which is something I haven't done in many years. But when I was younger, I sang all the time. I studied voice. I even majored in musical theater in college. And I never felt good at it. I never felt like it came easy. And a huge part of that was my own emotional blocks. I was closeted. I didn't want to be myself. And I stopped singing around the same time I started my coming out journey. Our voice and our identity are very intertwined. And so the last 2 weeks I've started singing again. I've started taking some voice lessons. And it's been wonderful. It's been transformative. It's been filled with joy. And for that, I've been watching different YouTube videos of different wonderful singers. And one that came up for me like an hour ago was of this young 30s guy, amazing voice, countertenor, so super, super high, sings in falsetto. And like he's performed everywhere. And gone to all these huge schools and won all these awards, and that feeling of jealousy. Because when I was an actor, when I was younger, I was jealous all the time of all these people who were achieving these things that I was not. And jealousy was a constant companion for me. It's not a feeling I like. And I think part of the reason it came up for me is last time I was singing, I was a different person. It was a lifetime ago. And when we go back into old spaces, sometimes we're more easily drawn into those feelings. Same thing from you go back to your parents' house and you start acting like you're 18 again. All these old tensions pull on you. So I'm not used to feeling that so much anymore. Jealousy isn't something I regularly encounter, but I was feeling it. And I don't like that feeling. So what do we do? The first thing we have to do, and many people are good at this, is acknowledging that you're feeling something. Many people are completely unaware. They're not even tuned into the fact that they're raging or they're crying. They're just cut off from it. So step one, you notice. Ooh, it's not enough though. A lot of people have that awareness and don't do anything with it. So can we, when we start to notice that feeling come up, turn our focus within, take a deep breath, and allow the breath to move through us. Now, one of the mistakes people often make when dealing with uncomfortable feelings is they rush into this desire to fix or to assuage it or to crush it or to clamp it down or to hide it. And that doesn't work very well most of the time because it's something that wants to be expressed. And by denying it, we're not listening. We're not allowing it to teach us what it wants to teach us. We're denying the lesson. And also, the more force you approach things with on a spiritual level, the more force that will press back at you. So if you really need something to get done, it's going to really resist that happening. So when we breathe into that feeling, we breathe into ourselves, we allow the breath to move through us, that life force that travels with the breath begins to do its own thing and start to break things down. starts to flow through us, move through those feelings, and starts to budge them, shift them, transform them even. So, okay, this uncomfortable feeling came up. I'm breathing, I'm trying to visualize the breath traveling through it, surrounding it, going under it, over it, whatever makes sense for you. And I'm not trying to dissolve it. I'm not trying to bury it. I'm just trying to move with it. And as we start to create a little space around the uncomfortable feeling, say thank you for it. That's a scary thing to do with our uncomfortable feelings. We don't want to thank it. We want to destroy it. Say thank you. So in my case, thank you, jealousy. Thank you for highlighting this feeling within me. Thank you for allowing me to feel this. Thank you for highlighting an area that I can continue to heal. Thank you for that blessing. Thank you. Thank you. And with that gratitude for the uncomfortable feeling, come back to this present moment. Because sometimes these feelings are coming up for a good reason. Let's say you're experiencing fear intensely right now. Is there a good reason? Perhaps there's a bear in front of you. Good reason to be afraid. Depending on the type of bear, human or animal. One, yes, the other, probably not so much. Are you feeling afraid because you've been not accessing some old hurts and they're trying to come to the surface? That's probably a good reason to be afraid. Something's asking to be addressed. But we can also acknowledge that a lot of times the things that we're feeling aren't about what's happening here and now. It's happening in the past, happening in the future, happening in imagination. And right here is actually okay. So, example for me, jealousy. Oh, this young 30s guy had all this success in an area that I really want to succeed in and made no progress. Cool. Where are you right now? I'm in a home with a person who loves me amazingly, in a happy life, with 3 awesome pets, and wonderful people I get to work with, present company included. I get to teach meditation with them. I get the joy of singing right now, something I haven't given myself in a long time. Well, thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate it. I get to meet cool people like you. There's a lot to be grateful for right here. There's a lot right here I can be thankful for. Right here, I'm okay. Yeah, I might be afraid about something coming or something past, but right here, I'm okay. I'm safe right here. I'm well right here. So step 1, identify the feeling. Step 2, start to breathe into the feeling. Step 3, see if what is coming up is imminent, if it's something that needs to be dealt with right now, or can you come back to the present and just be where you are and see that actually in this moment we're okay. Next step. Now that we've reached a place of gratitude for the difficulty, appreciation for our present moment, the next thing we're going to do is now we're going to breathe into that difficulty, that difficult feeling, and invite it to release. So we're not forcing anything. We're just inviting a release, saying, you know what, thank you. Thank you for showing up. I think you can let go now. Thank you for showing up. I don't need this feeling right now, but thank you. And from doing it from a place of appreciation, of gratitude, of non-attachment, we are able to allow it to start to dissolve, resolve, dissipate much more effectively than if we just moved from the very beginning instead into fixing, controlling, assuaging, all those other things. And sometimes that feeling then goes, sometimes it lingers. That's okay. Whatever it does, it's okay. Sometimes it takes some time for that feeling to start to move a bit, especially if it's been around for a while. Sometimes it's even helpful to get a little mental and start to talk yourself through it, saying, like, I don't need to be afraid of this. I don't need to be jealous over this. I don't need to be angry over this. I can let that go. I can let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And then continue to breathe into yourself and fill yourself with life force. Fill yourself with breath. Fill yourself with peace. Allow it to travel in on the breath, through the breath, with the breath. Filling yourself with peace. Notice, how do you feel? Has something inside of you shifted, changed, grown, evolved, opened through this process? I personally want to get to a place where I celebrate each person, what they've achieved. And I genuinely say, I'm so happy for you. And nowadays, most of the time, I'm pretty there. But when I was younger, that definitely wasn't the case. Most of the time nowadays, similar, different emotion, I'm pretty peaceful. I don't generally get vengeful or afraid and needing to protect myself. I'm usually feeling pretty safe and confident and grateful where I am. That didn't used to be the case. We can change our emotional landscape, our sense of well-being quite a lot through this work, through the presence we bring to ourselves, through the presence we bring to our life, through the presence we bring to our breath. And as you feel the breath move through you, like wind through a canyon, feel how it carries away what you don't need anymore. Feel how it leaves behind space. Mm. Notice how you feel. Notice what shifts through this presence of mind, through this work with the breath. Samuel, what video? On my recent ones, I've been making sure they have Spanish translation, so let me know if there's a specific one. How do you feel? Has anything changed through doing this kind of breathing work together? I feel very delicious. I feel juicy, flowing, tingly. Doing this kind of work creates positive change. It's why I do it. Many of you have probably heard me say when I was younger, I grew up in a family where my father was very encouraging of self-help books, and I would try things and never really see much of a change. And it wasn't until I started approaching things through the breath, through meditation, through spiritual, soulful work that I started to find lasting development. So frankly, I do it because it works and it's effective. At least it works for me. And I'm happy to share those tools with you all. So thank you for joining me. We're going to end with just expressing a little gratitude for each other. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day, your busy life to share some space with me here on YouTube. It is such a privilege to get to interact with such beautiful, beautiful souls. Whether you're watching this live or recording of it doesn't matter. Time and space isn't as concrete as we think it is. So we are still together in spirit. And I am sending you love, light, energy, joy, blessings and abundance, wellness. May you thrive. May you have a wonderful, wonderful life. Those are my wishes for you. All right. Thank you all so much for your time, heart, and energy. I shall be here same time, same place next Sunday. And if you ever need any more direct support, don't hesitate to reach out one-on-one. If you love the work we do here at my YouTube channel, feel free to give me some support through Patreon. It's always appreciated. And I'm also always available on all my other socials as well. But big hugs, big love, big kisses to you all. And I hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.